Don't touch my hair when it's the feeling.
Hey guys, this is Kenya. Today I'll be making a wig from some AliExpress hair I have from Alimoda Hair. I have 4 bundles and a 3-part lace closure that I'll be making into a side part. It's body wave hair and looks like this. So this is the hair I'll be using. It's from the vendor Alimoda Hair on AliExpress. I have 4 bundles. This is the 20 and the 18, and this is the 14 and the 16. In my opinion, for 4 bundles, it actually isn't that thick, but you know, we'll see once I get the wig made. It's body wave hair, and it's just in the natural like 1B color. Usually I dye my hair to a jet black because I don't like the 1B color, but I don't think I'm going to do that this time. And then for the closure, the parts are already pre-bleached, so I won't have to do that. But I might tint them later on if I like make the wig and I don't like how the parts look. But I think I'm going to wear it on the right side of my head like that. And I'm going to spray it and clip it so it stays in the parts before I like make it. Hey guys, I'm just going to get started with the video here. So here I'm just showing you what type of caps I use. I use the caps that actually come with the elastic band already on it, so I don't necessarily have to sew an extra one on after. And the next clip here is me sewing the lace closure on. So when I'm sewing my lace closure on, I make sure it's actually a little above the line of the cap so that when I place it on my head, it's really flat and lays on my hairline super flat, and I don't have to worry about any gaps or bulges there. And when actually sewing, I make sure the stitches are super close together so it's flat. This is the part that takes me the longest, and you see I'm taking my time here. It may be a little too long, and I put knots in my stitches here. So you see, like, I'm making sure when I loop, I take my needle back into the loop that I made, so there's a knot there, so it keeps the stitch in the lace closure and does not move anywhere.
I tried to change it with my hair. I read my credit card below. Thought a new dress would make it better. I tried to work it away, but that just made me even.
I just sped this up, but you see I'm still doing it, still making the loops, and you just continue that on all the way around the closure. I sew one side, tie a knot, and then start the other side and then go around. I do not do it all the way around in one because I found out that that does create bulges that I do not like. So while I was filming, I realized that my bundles that came were really short. When I spread them out single wefted, they were not even on arm's length long, and that really worried me. So I did not know if I could make a full wig like that. So I started my wig off camera to see if I had to order more hair or whatnot. And here I'm just showing you what the bundle looks like stretched out, and you see it's not even an arm's length long, it's really short. But here I'm just measuring if I can fit the last bundle on double wefted or single wefted. The rest of the wig I did sew on double wefted, so I wanted to see if I could sew this last bundle on because I did use all 4 bundles, which I usually do when I use my wigs. I have used 3 bundles of wigs. I just like the fullness of 4 bundles. When I am measuring, I use my thumb, so I sew each track about a thumb's width away from each other so they're not too far and not too close. If they're too close, they create bulges and your wig will be bulgy in the back, and if they're too far apart, they'll create spaces, and you can see it if you part your wig. So here I'm just sewing the wig up. When sewing, I make sure when I'm first putting the tracks on the edges, I make sure the first 3 loops are actually through the track and the rest of it is around the track. When I go through the track, if you look at a track, you see there's like 3 lines on it. I go through the very top line, and that makes it easier for me to get it through because I know before I've tried to get it through like the bottom part and it's really difficult. So I just recommend you going through the top part of it.
You're a holiday, a glass of ocean slipping down. I'm dreaming of the maps, no hidden
And here you see me finishing my wig. I'm taking the last track, single wefted, and sewing it underneath the closure, if that makes any sense. I use the last track to sew it underneath because I feel like it makes my wigs flatter for me and not next to it because you don't want to see the space at all. So I connect them by almost pushing the track underneath the closure and not leaving it next to it. For the last part, I forgot to add this in, but when I'm sewing the last track around, I make sure I sew through the weft for the entire length of time because you want this part to be the tightest. It's the part at the top. It's the part people see. It's the part you are messing with the most, touching it, and like using it with hot tools. So make sure that's the tightest sewed down to your wig. Here you just see me cutting the excess cap off the wig and cutting the excess lace that comes on the closure. Be very, very careful on this part because I have made the mistake in the past of cutting the lace while cutting the excess cap, and fixing that problem is a mess. So just make sure you're very careful. As you see here, I am turning the wig around in circles, so I make sure I'm at the correct angle so I don't accidentally nick the lace because it does cut very easily. And here I make sure while cutting the lace off, I do it in two sections. I start with one long strip across and then I go back with small detailed strips because I want it to be as flat as possible, so I want it to be as close as the hairline as possible without cutting off any hairs. After I finished the wig and wore it for a couple of days, I realized I actually wanted to tint the lace because I didn't like how it looked on my head. It was too light, it looked too wiggy. Anyway, this last clip here is after 2 weeks of me wearing the wig. It has been washed and I put some flat iron curls in it, so it probably needs to be restyled by now. But other than that, I love the wig. I love how it turned out, and I hope this helps anyone who's trying to make a wig. Thanks for watching.
My head's now afloat and my heart's drowning pulse on you. I lose. Don't tell me I'm cuckoo, 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 cuckoo.
There's funerals. I laugh with, not in the funeral, but you know, like in movies when there's a funeral scene, it's not because I'm heartless, it's because my brain doesn't know how to compute sadness. So it goes straight to laughter. I don't know.